Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. A few days back, I had spoken to you about Prashant Bhushan's reply to the Supreme Court on the notice he received for contempt of court. Incidentally, today the court passed its judgment. Let's figure out what the judgment is and what does it imply. Let's get right into the show. So the Supreme Court found Mr. Prashant Bhushan in contempt. His sentence will be handed to him on the 20th of August. The court, while handing over their sentence, said that judges' magnanimity cannot be weakness against the attack on judiciary. They also said that the scurrilous, malicious attack on the alleged contemner, number one, that is Prashant Bhushan, are not only against one or two judges, but the entire Supreme Court in its functioning for the last 6 years. Such an attack, which tends to create disaffection and disrespect for the authority of this court, cannot be ignored. The alleged contemner has attempted to scandalize the entire institution of the Supreme Court. This is what the three-member bench headed by Justice Arun Mishra said. Now, there are a couple of questions that arises. What exactly is contempt of court? When are you in contempt of court? Are you in contempt of court if you criticize a judge? Are you in contempt of court if you say that there is something wrong with the Supreme Court? If you are, then my question is, those 4 judges last year in 2018 had called for a press conference directly criticizing the Chief Justice of India then, Mishra. Why were they not held in contempt of court? Is it because they are judges? So is it that judges can criticize judges? Is that how it works? So that's the first question. The second question is, there were occasions when a judge sat on his own judgment. I am talking about former Chief Justice of India, Justice Ranjan Gogoi. He sat on his own case, that sexual harassment case, and he set up an in-house committee. If a media person like me would question, would that be contempt of court? If that would be contempt of court, which means that is the court above law? Is the court above criticism? Is the court above questioning? That means whatever the Supreme Court does, has nobody the right to question it? So that's the second question I wanted to ask. If we see something is going wrong, do we question it? Do we have the right to question it? Or will we be put behind bars for that? Point number 2. Point number 3. A lady had alleged that the former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi, had sexually harassed her. This lady had alleged. This is the case I was mentioning where Ranjan Gogoi sat on his own judgment, put up an in-house committee. The in-house committee found, as they said, that there is no substance. There is no substance for this harassment and dismissed the case, throughout the case. Now, shouldn't this lady who maliciously alleged sexual harassment against a sitting Chief Justice of India, shouldn't she be on contempt of court? Shouldn't she be put behind bars? Why wasn't she put behind bars? Arey bhai, Prashant Bhushan just said that you are driving a 50 lakh motorcycle. This woman said that this judge sexually harassed me, whose allegation was more serious. And the court found that there is no substance. Why didn't the court then find her in contempt of court? That is beyond my understanding. Now that's number 1. Number 2, this was last year, this year, that same lady was reinstated in the Supreme Court. She was sacked and then she was reinstated. What does reinstatement mean? Reinstatement should technically mean that, okay, you are not at fault, therefore you can come back and join the court. And she came back and joined the court. So if she was not guilty, what she said was right, and the court felt that she should be given her job back, then why was Ranjan Gogoi not questioned again? Why was Ranjan Gogoi left scot-free? Now, if I ask these questions, am I in contempt of court? Would I have to go behind bars tomorrow? So the point is, what are we trying to say? Are we trying to say that our Supreme Court, that too on the eve of Independence Day, are we trying to say that our Supreme Court is above everything? Above the Constitution, above the country, above the countrymen, above everything. Whatever the Supreme Court does, says, thinks perfectly correct. Is that what we are trying to say? If that's what we are trying to say, then I need to understand that are we following our Constitution? Then I want to say, what independence are we talking about? Then I want to say, the person who controls Supreme Court controls India, controls every person's life. That's the question I asked this evening, and that's the question I keep in front of you. Should we be silent to everything that the Supreme Court does? Before I end my editorial, I need to talk to you about one more thing. Police and police reforms. Day after day, month after month, state after state, governments after governments, political party after political party are misusing. There is a news today in Mumbai wherein the Director General of Police, Mr. Subodh Jaiswal, refused to sign on transfer orders. Why? Because the transfers were all decided by the politician. Obviously, the officer felt that it was not right. The transfers were not fair and the transfers were incorrect. The transfer could have adverse ramification on the force. And that is precisely why he said, at the cost of his job, he said, I will go on leave, but I will not sign these transfer orders. The same point that I have been making for years. Stop politicians interfering with the police force. Stop politicians interfering on police transfers. Stop politicians interfering on promotions. Till such time we do not do that, this country will never be independent. The politicians will control the police will control the citizens of this country. So, with these two information, let me wish all my viewers a happy Independence Eve. Namaskar.